All right, we move to the bottom of the second inning. In a scoreless game, swing and a miss. That pitch missed the mark. It's line drive, hooking foul. That is Ivano Romaniello, I should say. Romaniello. No, it's not. It's Shepard. Do apologize. The catcher. Matthew Shepard. Matthew Shepard at Sun Valley, 5'6", 155. It's Cleese sets in the pitch. Nice breaking pitch. Gets him swinging for strikeout number 1 here in the bottom of the second. And Ivan Romaniello now steps to the plate and takes the first pitch, a breaking pitch over for a strike. Ivano Romaniello out of Sun Valley, 5'9", 167. One on one to count to Romaniello. And it's a grounder to short. And over to first base, the 6-3 put out successful. Nice play there by Jaden Martinez. As he flips over to Anthony Knight for out number 2. And I bring up the right fielder, Will Cohen. It's not Troy Neff, it's Will Cohen. And he flares that one out the shallow right field, and a diving grab made there. What a catch. The second baseman. We'll get that for you real quick. That is Rocco Delgadis making the final out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We will go to the top of the third with your score, 0-0 here on BFA. All right, welcome back as we move to the top of the third inning. Back to the top of the lineup for Baseball U Pocono with Jaden Martinez to lead this one off against the new pitcher, Patrick Young out of Devon Prep. Says he's 6'7". It sure looks like it, 218 pounds. Big young man there. Young out of Devon Prep, as I mentioned. 6'7", 218. He'll face Jade Martinez to lead this one off here in the top of the third. The first pitch. It's a fastball, low and away for a ball. Martinez, Del Jadis, and Knight to face Young here in the top of the third inning. And that pitch is low and away for a ball. 2-0 to count to Jaden Martinez. And a 2-0 pitch. Popped him up. First base side. Giving call and giving chase. And making this squeeze, I should say, for out number one is Cohen out there. Actually, I stand corrected. That's Gianfrido, who looks like he moved from left field to right field. Apologies there. And with one down, Rocco Del Jadis steps to the plate. Pitch bounces up there for a ball. And a 1-0 pitch from Young. Fastball over for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1 to Del Jadis out of Pocono Mountain East, 5'10", 170. And a 1-1 pitch to fastball, high and out of the zone for a ball. It's 2-1. Del Jadis making that diving catch over at second base and the inning. Beautiful play there. The count now moves to 3-1. Young gets his sign. And a 3-1 pitch. Fastball, outside corner for a strike as the count goes to full at 3-2. And that's ball 4. So Del Jadis will be a 1-out base runner. Anthony Knight now steps to the plate. There's a ball flared to left field, slicing away from the left field. That'll fall for a base hit. Del Jadis moves up to second. We got runners at first and second, and only 1 out. Big spot for Eric Rivera, the center fielder. Again, runners at first and second. Only 1 out here in the top of the third. And the first pitch, a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Rivera out of Pocono Mountain West, 6'1", 190. That one's low and inside for a ball. And the pitch, foul at the plate. Count now 1-2 to Anthony Knight. I'm sorry. My apologies. That's actually Eric Rivera, as I mentioned earlier. That one got away from Young, and the runners will move up to second and third, respectively. So the force out will not be in play. And a big spot for Rivera to put a run on the board for Pocono. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Rivera goes down swinging for out number 2, and it'll be up to Jaden Espinoza to keep things going for Baseball U Pocono. Espinoza had a single his last time up. That's a fastball high for a ball. 1-0 to count. And a 1-0 pitch in the dirt. It's now 2-0. Thomas O'Hearn waits on deck. And a 2-0 pitch. Ball low. It's 3-0. Young sets. And the 3-0 pitch. Over for a strike call. Count moves to 3-1. To Espinoza. And a 3-1 pitch. Low and away. Ball 4. He walked him. So the bases are now loaded for Thomas O'Hearn. Big spot for him. Let's see if he can get a couple of runs across for Baseball U Pocono. Swing and a miss by O'Hearn for strike number 1. There's a ground ball right back to Young. He's going to flip over to first, and that will end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left. We'll go to the bottom of the third with your score, 0-0 here on BFA. All right, we're back. Let's move to the bottom of the third inning with a scoreless contest at this point. As Riley Schultz will lead it off for the Deck Dogs. He takes the first pitch low and inside for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. Low again. It's 2-0. Baseball U Pocono threatened the top half of the third inning with the bases loaded. Could not get a run across, and it's now 3-0 to Riley Schultz. at Archmere Academy. And he takes that 3-0 pitch over for a strike call. It's now 3-1. And he misses that one as he makes an offer into the 3-1 pitch. It's now 3-2 to Schultz. The count runs the full. Here's the payoff pitch. Ball 4, he walked him. So Riley Schultz will be a leadoff base runner for the Deck Dogs here in the bottom half of the third. That'll bring up Kevin King. It's the first base runner today for the Deck Dogs. They've been retired first 2 innings, 3 up, 3 down. And that one's over for a strike call. King doesn't like it as he's asking questions. Count 0-2 right now to Kevin King. With Riley Schultz at first. That's a breaking ball that hangs out there for a ball. It's now 1-2. Seasonal overcast day here at Weiland Park. That 1-2 pitch is high and away. Count evens up at 2-2. In beautiful Center Valley, Pennsylvania, home at DeSales University. And that 2-2 pitch is low for a ball. The count runs the full to Kevin King. Baseball U Pocono has threatened twice so far in this contest, this early part of the contest, leaving runners stranded. As Cleach goes over to first base. Schultz gets back in plenty of time. Cleach sets in the pitch. Foul back against the screen. Full count to King. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out for out number 1. So 1 down, that'll bring up Zach Fine. He lifts that one to left center field, coming in hard and making the squeeze is center fielder Eric Rivera for out number 2 on a nice play. And with 2 down, we're back to the top of the order with Ryan Gianfrido. Try to keep this inning going for the Deck Dogs. First pitch from Cleach. Breaking ball, low for a ball. Gianfrido, if we didn't mention earlier, 5'10", 160 out of Devon Prep. There goes the runner, and the man picked off. Great jump by Schultz. Here's the throw, but it's wide of the mark, and he'll get there at second with a stolen base. So Schultz had a nice jump. Cleach may have had him picked off, but Schultz showing that speed. Unfortunately, the throw was a little bit wide of the mark to try to make a play. So he's now at second base with 2 outs. And a big spot for the leadoff hitter as he fouls that one off to the first base side. Count even at 1-1 to Gianfrido. A runner in scoring position and 2 out. That one bounces up there for a ball. Nice job by Cartagena behind the dish. Keep it with him. And a 2-1 pitch. Line drive, but right at the shortstop. Martinez, who makes the squeeze for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We will go to the top of the 4th with your score, 0-0. It's a good shot of the big right-hander, Patrick Young, 6'7", 218 pounds out of Devon Prep. He'll face Serrano, Walsh, and Cartagena here in the top of the 4th. Darian Serrano is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out in a fielder's choice when the runners were at first and second. It was a 6-5 fielder's choice that produced the first out of the inning. And the first pitch is low and away for a ball. Serrano out of Freedom High School, 6', 155. He takes that one low and away for a ball, and it's 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. It's now 2-1. Darian Serrano with Maverick Walsh waiting on deck and Angel Cartagena in the holes. It's now 3-1 to Serrano. And a 3-1 pitch. Bounces up there, ball 4. So Serrano will be a leadoff base runner here in the top of the 4th. First pitch from Young. Fastball over first strike. And the 0-1 pitch catches the outside corner for a strike called, and it's quickly 0-2 to Maverick Walsh with Serrano at first and nobody out. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Walsh goes down swinging for out number 1. And that'll bring up the catcher, Angel Cartagena. First pitch is grounded in a hole to the right side for a base hit. Serrano stops at second base. So we have runners at first and second with only one out. After the single by Cartagena to right, we're back to the top of the lineup with Jaden Martinez, the shortstop. The first pitch from Young is low for a ball. Shepard checking on Cartagena over at first. He takes a pretty bold lead there, not being held on at first base. And that one looked like it was off the edge of the bat, foul. Young sets. Checks the runners and the pitch. Ground ball to second. Could this be a double play ball? Oh, it's bobbled there by the second baseman. So it's going to be safe all around. The bases will now be loaded for Rocco Delgadis. So an error by the second baseman. Loads the bases with only one out. That'll bring up Rocco Delgadis. And it looks like that one went off the edge of the bat for strike number 1. Delgadis walked his last time up. That pitch is low for a ball. Count evens up at 1-1. The base is loaded and one out. Swing and a miss by Delgadis. Count now moves to 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Pounded softly to short. It's going to be a tough play to turn 2. There's one over to first, not in time. As Serrano scores for the first run for Baseball U Pocono. It's now 1-0. So the fielder's choice, 6-4, is successful for out number 2, but a run does score. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Anthony Knight. The runners at the corners. That ball on the first pitch is lifted to center field, falling quickly, but getting a beat on it nicely is number 24, the center fielder Cawthorn, for out number 3. But Baseball U Pocono strikes first with a run here in the top of the 4th. We'll move to the bottom of the 4th. We score 1-0 here on BFA. All right, we're back as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. As the Deck Dogs look to answer back. Anthony Knight now on the mound out of Stroudsburg for baseball U Pocono. So he faces Bryant Cawthorn, and he laces that first one over the right fielder's head. That's going to go deep, and a one-hopper defense. Cawthorn looking at his third base coach. He's going to round second. He's heading to third. He's going to get there easily with a stand-up triple. So Cawthorn put a charge into that one to right field, jumped on the first pitch, and he's there with a leadoff standoff triple. Now bring up Chase Rantanen. And he swings at that offering. Count evens up at 1-1. Rantanen at a Conestoga, 5'11", 158. 1-1 pitch is fouled at the plate. Count goes to 1-2. Big spot for the Deck Dogs to answer back here. After baseball U Pocono played at 1 in the top of the fourth. Knight winds in the pitch. Low and inside for a ball as the count evens up at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch to Rantanen is outside for a ball. It's 3-2. And the payoff pitch. That's a ball lifted to deep right field. Taking it back again. That's going to go over the head. Cawthorn will score easily, and it looks like it's going to be back-to-back stand-up triples as Rantanen gets there with a stand-up triple and a run scored. So the Deck Dogs have answered back with back-to-back triples by Cawthorn and Rantanen to plate their first run. It's now a 1-1 contest. And with nobody out, that'll bring up Matthew Shepard, who takes the first pitch low and away for a ball. And a 1-0 pitch is low and away. It's now 2-0. Shepard struck out his only time up. And a 2-0 pitch. I believe that was called a strike. I'm not to double check that with the umpire. And it was called a strike. It's now 2-1 to Shepard. 2-1 pitch is pounded foul, third base side. And the count evens up at 2-2. Two and two to count to Matthew Shepard, runner at third base in Rantanen, and nobody out. And the 2-2 pitch is high and away for a ball. So count runs the full. And the payoff pitch. Bounces up there. Here comes Rantanen. He's going to score easily, and the Deck Dogs have taken a 2-1 lead. Shepard moves up to second base. As the play was not called dead. So Shepard goes to first on the pass ball, or a wild pitch, I should say, and then heads to second base. And now we'll be there with nobody out still, and that'll bring up Ivano Romaniello out of Sun Valley, 5'9", 167. He takes that first pitch low for a ball. Romaniello grounded out short to first his first time up. He's 0 for 1 today. There's a line drive. It'll fall for a base hit. Shepard being waved around. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close, but he gets underneath the tag. And it's now a 3-0 contest in favor, 3-1 contest in favor of the Deck Dogs. Here it is on the Game Changer replay. A nice line drive to center field. And a strong throw. As you'll see, Shepard just gets under the tag. And it's now 3-1. So it's still nobody out. And a runner at second base in Romaniello. That'll bring up Will Cohen. That pitch is over for a strike call. And a 1-1 pitch is fouled at the plate. Count now 1-2 to Cohen. At Episcopal Academy. Breaking ball over for strike call for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. And I'll bring up Riley Schultz. Schultz walked his only time up as he fouls that first pitch away. Deck Dogs opened up this bottom of the 4th with back-to-back triples and a walk to Shepard and a line drive single to center by Ivano Romaniello. And that's a swing and a miss by Riley Schultz. It's now quickly 0-2. And over to second base, but Romaniello gets back in plenty of time. Our ground ball line drive to right field. Here comes Romaniello. He's going to get there without the throw as it's cut off by the first baseman. It's now a 4-1 lead in favor of the Deck Dogs. And a big line drive by Riley Schultz. And that will do it for the innings. We've reached our limit of batters. And we are working with a showcase setting. 6 batters will end the inning. So 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors. And 1 left. We'll go to the top of the 5th with your score. 4-1. Actually, it's 3-1, isn't it? Is it 3-1? All right, we move to the top of the 5th inning, a 3-1 contest. I know I mentioned it was 4-1. It's actually 3-1 as we tallied up the numbers. Working with a short staff today. I'm kind of trying to do everything. Got Jarek Garcia to my right, producing this game, working the switcher. Charles Hope in center field. There's a hard ground ball, base hit to right field. As Rivera leads the top of the fifth off with a single to right. We got Casper T. Rypot working his tail off out there in center field. Nick Penza working the camera at third. Doug Stasic, the executive producer, I don't know what he's producing, but he's producing something because we have no idea where he is. But you know what, Jarrett? You're holding it down, brother. Espinosa now steps to the plate. He's a 1-for-1 today. Single in the second, walked in the third. And that one catches the corner for a strike call. 1-1 to count. Jaden Espinosa at Pocono Mountain West. And he lifts that one in the right center field, tailing away from the center fielder, but a great play made in center field by Bryant Cawthorn for out number one. Cawthorn tracked that down beautifully as it was slicing away from him in center field. Does catch up for out number one. That'll bring up Matt O'Hearn. Flip over to first base, not in time. As Rivera gets back in plenty of time. Pounded foul, third base side. That one's fouled back and behind us. Let's count quickly 0-2 to O'Hearn. O'Hearn is 1 for 2 today. Singled in the second and grounded out back to the pitcher to first in the third. Breaking pitch low for a ball. Count 1-2 to O'Hearn. There goes the runner. Here's the throw. Not in time to get him at second base. Rivera looked like he had it beat, but umpire called him just a bang-bang play at second for out number 2. Real nice throw by Shepard. That pitch is low and away for a ball. There's a ground ball in the hole, backhanded at second, over to first, and they get him to end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left. We will go to the bottom of the fifth with your score, 3-1 here on BFA. New pitcher on the mound for baseball. U Pocono, Jaden Espinoza now comes in for out of Pocono Mountain West, 5'9", 180. As you can see on the graphic, he's a third baseman and right-handed pitcher. He'll face Kevin King, Zach Fine, and back to the top of the lineup with Ryan Gianfrido. Deck Dogs put themselves together a great inning back in the bottom of the fourth. Back-to-back triples, a walk, a single, and another single before the end of the inning to plate 3. And here's Kevin King to keep it going. He takes that first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. King 0 for 1 today, struck out in the third. That one bounces up there for a ball. It's now 1-1. And that 2-1 pitch misses the mark as the count runs to 3-1 to Kevin King. Espinoza winds and 3-1 pitch. Over for a strike call. Count now full to King. Espinoza gets his sign and winds. And the payoff pitch. Low, ball 4. So Kevin King is the leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Zach Fine. Fine was retired as a fly out to center field his first time up, back in the 3rd. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Look, it might have been a changeup coming from Espinoza. Fine was way ahead of that one. Over to first base. Not in time. King takes a solid leader at first. They might have got him leading, but they did not in time. It's a tag, as the umpire said, got underneath the tag on the throw. That 1-0 pitch was low and away for a ball. Count evens up at 1-1. King takes his lead, almost leans again, and they get him over at first base. He's picked off by a nice move by Espinoza for out number 1. That fastball catches the outside corner. Count 2-2 to Kevin King. And he fouls that one straight back. Fine out of Radnor. 5'11", 140. Count even at 2-2. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Little humpback liner just over the outreached arms of the shortstop, and that would be Martinez there. So Zach Fine is now a 1-out base runner. We're back to the top of the lineup with Ryan Gianfrido. I should say Ryan Gianfrido. That one gets by the catcher, but good job there, keeping it in front of him by Espinosa. Throw over to first base, not in time to get fine. That pitch is low and away for a ball. And that one gets by the catcher Espinosa, and fine will move up to second base. And he walked him. So Gianfrido will make his way down to first base. So runners at first and second and with one out. Now bring up Bryant Cawthorn with a big triple his last time up. A one hopper to the right field fence. Cawthorn scored on the back-to-back triples as Chase Rantanen tripled right after him, almost to the same spot.
I don't know. I assume since YouTube says 54.
That pitch is high for a ball.
Since YouTube's at about an hour and the StreamYard's at about 120, I assume they missed about 15 minutes of time. So I'm not sure exactly. Yeah.
Count now runs the 3-1 at Cawthorn. There's a line drive to right field for a base hit. They're waving King around. Actually, it's fine, and he will score. So that's an RBI single for Bryant Cawthorn here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. It's now a 4-1 contest. There's a ball lifted to right field, hit fairly deep. But tracking it, making the squeeze for out number 2. The run will score, though, on the play. As Gianfrido crosses the plate, and it's now a 5-1 contest. On the sacrifice fly by Rantanen. So with 2 down and a runner at first base, that'll bring up Matthew Shepard. Shepard is 0 for 1 today, struck out in the second, walked in the fourth, and scored a run. The first pitch to him is a breaking ball over for a strike. Oh, 1 to count to Matthew Shepard. There goes the runner. Now, 1 pitch is fouled straight back. So Cawthorn will have to return back to first base. His count goes to 0-2. And he checked his swing. Appeal out to the umpire. Says no, he did not go. So the count will now go to 1-2 to Matthew Shepard. Again with 2 outs and 2 runs across for the Deck Dogs here in the bottom half of the 5th. And that one's just outside for a ball. This count evens up at 2-2. There goes the runner. The 2-2 pitch popped him up. Straight up. And what a tough play made there by Espinoza for the last out of the inning. But the Deck Dogs plate 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left. We will go to the top of the 6th with your score, 5-1. All right, welcome back as we move to the top of the 6th inning. Kevin King on the mound now for the Deck Dogs as he faces Darian Serrano. And he takes the first pitch. It's a line drive to center field for a base hit. So Serrano, a leadoff base runner here in the top of the 6th. As Baseball U Pocono looks to answer back, now down 5-1. And with a runner at first and nobody out, that'll bring up Maverick Walsh. Walsh out of Pleasant Valley, 6'1", 205. And the first pitch to him, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. 0-1 to count to Maverick Walsh. And the 0-1 pitch. Another breaking ball. Just misses for a ball. It's 1-1. Wind freshening up here in Center Valley, Pennsylvania at Wyland Park. They have DeSales University. They may have picked off. Serrano getting run down by nice play there at first base by number 15. We'll get that for you. That's Riley Schultz making the play for out number 1. And that fastball catches the outside corner for a strike. Count 1-2 to Maverick Walsh with nobody on and 1 out. And he's called, I guess, on the swing, it looked like, for out number 2. So Walsh goes down swinging. And it'll be up to Angel Cartagena to keep it going here in the top of the 6th. And he lifts that one to left field. Slipping and falling is the left fielder. It'll fall for a base hit. So Cartagena will be a 2-out base runner. And back to the top of the lineup with Jaden Martinez. Martinez 0 for 3 today. Reached on an error in the 4th. Throw over to first base, not in time. Flew out to right field, actually, in the 3rd. Close play over at first base, but not in time. Get Cartagena. And it pitches low for a ball. That ball's ripped but foul. Right field side. Actually, that is Cleach now at the plate as he lifts that one to center field. Making the call and making the squeeze is Cawthorn for out number 2. That's actually out number 3. That will end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left. We will go to the bottom of the 6th for your score, 5-1. All right, welcome back as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Eric Rivera now on the mound for Baseball U Pocono out of Pocono Mountain West. 6'1", 190. He'll face Romaniello, Cohen, and Schultz. And the first pitch to Romaniello is low and away for a ball. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI single back in the 4th, and he grounded out short to first in the 2nd. And a 1-0 pitch is outside for a ball. It's 2-0. And a 2-0 pitch. Lifted to center field. Not deep. And a squeeze made there by Jaden Martinez, who's now moved to center field for out number 1. And with 1 down, that'll bring up Will Cohen. Cohen 0 for 2 today. He popped out in the second to second base and struck out looking in the 4th. The first pitch is low for a ball. Nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Deck Dogs lead 6-1 as swinging a foul tip for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1 to Cohen. And the 1-1 pitch is hit right in the hole between first and second. That'll be a base hit for Will Cohen with 1 down. That'll bring up number 15, Riley Schultz. Schultz 1 for 1 today. He walked in the 3rd and singled an RBI single in the 4th. Over to first base, not in time. There goes the runner. Here's the throw down at second base, and they're not going to get him. And he's going to go over to third base on the overthrow as Cohen, showing the speed on the base pass, steals second and quickly takes advantage as he moves up to third on the overthrow. So he'll be at third base with only 1 out. It's a big spot for Schultz. Put another run on the board for the Deck Dogs. Ferris sets. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Strike called. Nice pitch by Rivera as that big hook fell right into the strike zone. He's ready to go again. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, high ball. Ball 2. Count, I believe, goes to 2-2. Rivera sets in the pitch. Wide, ball 3. Correction, ball 2. So the count even at 2-2 to Riley Schultz. And the 2-2 pitch. He offered at it, and that'll be a strikeout for out number 2 as Schultz goes down swinging. And with Cohen at third base, that'll bring up Kevin King. King 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Got caught stealing back in the 5th inning. He takes that first pitch over for a strike. And he popped him up, first base side, and out of play. Time called, I believe, by King at the plate. And the pitch. Low for a ball. Here comes Cohen. He will score, and it's now a 6-1 contest. That one got by Maverick Walsh, who's now behind the dish. And Cohen scores. Strike three struck him out as Kevin King goes down looking, but the Deck Dogs plate one on one hit. It's now 6-1. We'll go to the bottom half of the sixth here on BFA. All right, move to the top of the seventh. Ivano Romaniello now on the mound for the Deck Dogs. He should be facing Jaden Martinez, Del Jadis, and Knight here in the top half of the seventh. And Jaden Martinez will lead it off. And he takes the first pitch low and away for a ball. One note to count to Jaden Martinez. This is the last opportunity for Baseball U Poconos to get back in this contest down 6-1. And a hard ground ball and a whole base hit. So Jade Martinez looking to keep things alive for Baseball U Pocono. He singles to lead this one off here at the top of the seventh. And I'll bring up Rocco Delgadis. Over to first base, not in time to get Martinez. There goes the runner. Here's the throw. Not in time as Martinez steals second base. And that one gets away as Martinez will move up to third base, now in scoring position. As Romaniello was Wild a little bit on that pitch. Shepard could not catch up, and he's at third base with nobody out. Swing and a miss by Delgides. And he gets some swingings for out number one. That'll bring up Anthony Knight. He fouls that first pitch foul. And the 0-1 pitch. Just a bit outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Foul, third base side. And out of play. Count now 1-2 to Anthony Knight. With a runner at third and one out. And the pitch. Oh, a nice breaking pitch. Just missed. Count 2-2 now to Anthony Knight. And the 2-2 fastball is high and away for a ball. The count runs the full at 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch, fouled straight back. Count remains 3-2 to Anthony Knight. Eric Rivera waits on deck. Romaniello winds and the 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4. Knight will make his way down to first base with one out and runners at the corners for Eric Rivera. That first pitch is out of the zone for a ball. And a 1-0 pitch is over for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1, Eric Rivera. Runners at the corners and only one out. And a nice breaking pitch from Romaniello. His count now moves to 1-2. And a 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball low and out of the zone. His count evens up at 2-2. Jaden Martinez at third, Knight at first. And I guess Romaniello didn't like his footwork there, so he's going to step off and get back on the rubber. And a 2-2 pitch. Fastball. Gets away. Bounces right back. It could be a play at home. Flips, but not in time as Martinez scores. And it's now a 6-2 contest. And Shepard made a great effort. So he took the carom off the backstop. Made the place close at home. Knight moves up to second base on the play. So Romaniello will reset. Gets his sign from Shepard. And the pitch. Low ball 4. So Eric Rivera will make his way down to first base with runners at first and second, and still only one out. As Jaden Espinoza steps to the plate. Espinoza 1 for 2 today. Got a single in the second, I should say. Walked in the third and flew out to center in the fifth. That pitch is low and away for a ball. And the pitch high for a ball, high and tight for a ball. And the pitch from Maniello. Over first strike call. Maniello winds. And that is ball 4. So the bases are now loaded. And only one out. And that'll bring up Matt O'Hearn. This will be the final batter of the inning as we've reached our limit of 6 in this showcase format. And the first pitch is low and away for a ball. One to count though, O'Hearn, with the bases loaded. And a 1-0 pitch is high and tight for a ball. It's 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. High ball. Strike called by the umpire. A little delayed call. This count moves to 2-1. And a 2-1 pitch is flared to the first base side and out of play. Count evens up at 2-2 to O'Hearn. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll end the inning. So we'll run across for Baseball U Pocono. Makes this a 6-2 contest. We'll go to the bottom half. 6-2 here on BFA. All right, we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Darian Serrano will look to close this one out. 6 foot 155 as the Deck Dogs actually lead this contest. So in the showcase format, give the Deck Dogs an opportunity to swing the bats one more time. As Zach Fine is at the plate, swings at the first offering from Serrano for a strike.
Tell Nick and Charles after this game, there's like 4 infielders that we got to shoot, but we're just going to shoot them from.
And that pitch is over for a strike call. It's 0-2. Fine, 0 for 1 today. Actually, 1 for 2 today, I should say. Correction. He had a single back in the 5th and flew out the center in the 3rd. Nice breaking pitch. Gets him on a called strike 3 as Fine goes down looking for out number 1. Back to the top of the lineup for Ryan Gianfrido. The first pitch from Serrano is a fastball, hit the center field, hit fairly well. But right there is Eric Rivera to make the catch for out number 2. And with 2 down, it'll bring up Bryant Cawthorn. Cawthorn has had a heck of a day today. Had a big triple in the 4th and scored on the triple by Rantanen. And an RBI single as he rips that one to second. It's booted away. And Cawthorn takes a big turn at first base. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Chase Rantanen. Rantanen had an RBI triple and a sacrifice fly so far in this contest. He takes the first pitch, a fastball high and away for a ball. Serrano checks the runner. And the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball over for a strike call. One to count to Chase Rantanen. And a 1-1 pitch. One hopper to short, flips over to second base, and that will do it. So that'll end the contest as the Deck Dogs win 6-2. We'll be back with our second live stream coming up shortly here on BFA.